Well, folks, the Mueller main event is at last upon us, and seeing as you could fit the midterm blue wave in a fucking Listerine cup, it appears we've finally arrived at the reprisal. This is it. The DNC's desperate Hail Mary horseshit to wedge their narrow asses into impeachment proceedings and thunder back to relevance. And what, you may ask, is the mirror, shield, and Medusa to turn the Trumpmeister to stone for all time? Well, gang, and I want you to keep this to yourself. No. Wait for it. Collusion.
After weeks of anticipation in Washington and camera crews camped out waiting for word, a report on the probe that's dominated headlines for 22 months was in the hands of the Attorney General.
Wolf, one big piece of news that we've just received here is that the special counsel, Robert Mueller, is not recommending any further indictments.
Investigation is over, and according to a senior DOJ official, there will be no further indictments. That means no charges against the president, his children, or his associates.
I'm told by sources that the president is glad that the Mueller investigation is over, that the Russia probe is over, and his attorneys are taking comfort from the fact that the Department of Justice said that Mueller does not plan on seeking any more indictments.
And that's fascinating, because everybody would like to hear that from Robert Mueller as well as from Bill Barr. But at this point, it's only Bill Barr who is speaking on Mueller's behalf. Robert Mueller is still, at this point, publicly silent, as he has been from the very beginning. Although we'll have more on that in a moment. Here's more from the letter, though. Quote,
Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck! The reactions came fast and spurious. Rachel Maddow choked back tears, literal tears, as she crafted a clumsy allegory for her failed fishing trip and the media's abortive attempt to turn Trump, who before 2016 was regarded as a harmless comedic figure-turned-reality show shitlord, into 006 from goddamn GoldenEye. CNN analyst Jeffrey Toobin was forced to fork out grudging praise to the president, all but admitting he'd won the day. Chris Matthews melted the fuck down.
How can the president be pointed to as leading in collusion with Russia, of aiding a Russian conspiracy to interfere with our elections, if none of his henchmen, none of his children, none of his associates have been indicted?
Chris, I think the answer is he cannot be.
Saying a meeting in Moscow over building a butt-fucking tower for a fucking real estate developer is proof Mueller didn't do his goddamn job. I've been saying it for nigh on 2 years, but folks, they fucking worked themselves. But I think the unbridled distillation of butthurt award goes to one man, and one man alone. It's hard to believe there was ever a time he was considered a comedian, or indeed anything apart from a partisan hack. Ladies, gentlemen, future victims of Harvey Weinstein, Bill Maher with the quote of the night.
Did the Democrats put too much trust in the Mueller report? Because I don't need the Mueller report to know he's a traitor. I have a TV.
Yeah. And
And that, my hair-plugged Padawan, is why you fail. Now, granted, the whole shebang ain't out yet, but the fact that Trump himself is saying he plans to tells you all you need to know about the criminality contained therein. Specifically, the lack thereof. What we do know for the moment is the report is in, and the result is no indictments. Fucking ouch! And with world-smashing discoveries like that a dude that builds shit for a living wanted to build shit in Moscow when he was a citizen, not the president of the free fucking world, is it any wonder the net result is nada? I don't want to burst any bubbles here, but building things is sorta kinda maybe sometimes on weekends his goddamn job. Unless, of course, it's a fucking wall. Moreover, it's Moscow, one of the biggest bull markets for real estate in the free fucking world. As late-breaking bullshit goes, real estate developer considered building real estate in one of the largest real estate markets in the world is right up there with birds chirping, trees casting shade, and Don Lemon doing dudes. Fuck, name a city he hasn't tried to build a Trump tower in. Hell, we almost had one here in Phoenix before the Scottsdale Sweater Vest Syndicate had yuppie puppies about it. Moreover, this was a scrapped idea in 2015 and one Don Jr. copped to before this was even an investigation. We literally already knew this, which begs the fucking question. Let's really analyze this before we gloat, folks. Was this rash of retarded articles the product of mere ignorance? Or was this a calculated attempt to create the illusion of fire before we have the faintest puff of fucking smoke? I hate to linger on this lone accusation, but I really do feel the Moscow Tower tale is microcosmic of the horseshit and hysteria in question, because the fact that these fuckbags persisted in the fiction that a real estate tycoon doing a real estate deal in a real estate market was gonna somehow result in multiple familial indictments was the height of absurdity, and the people who pushed this staggering stupidity like a dog that just shit on the rug desperately need their noses rubbed in it. I repeat, shit like this was supposed to be their silver bullet. This shit wouldn't drop the Taco Bell Chihuahua, let alone a Russian bear. And if your argument is, well, Trump said he had nothing to do with Putin in 2016, but mommy, look at this. A, I must have missed the part when Putin was a co-fucking signatory here. I have to believe if he had been, that would have been the headline, not some bullshit about a building. And B, if I think about taking a trip to Transylvania, then I don't fucking go there. Does that make me a Dracula? This is beyond nothing burger, bitches. This is vegetarian meatloaf. There's less calories here than a Venezuelan food court. And mind you, I only know this story because over the last month, Twitter fucking pinned it. Twice. Twitter! Hey, gather around, gang! Twitter wants to rap to us all about how merely doing business in a city means you must have an implicit wife-swapping relationship with a resident regime. Funny, WWE recently licked the sack of the Saudis 10 days after they dropped a journalist, yet I still see their shit fake trending every 15 minutes on fucking Twitter. Isn't murdering journalists the same shit we started hating Russia for to begin with? What's the matter, Jack? Got an anti-borscht bias? And again, 2015, when Trump was still a private citizen, this shit is so old, Spacey won't fuck it. But that didn't stop you from putting President Trump in the headline, folks. Oh, hell the fuck no. You know, I'll not hide my recent disillusionment. I'm deeply disappointed in the lack of a southern wall, not to mention a full fucking repeal of Obamacare, though the recent court decision was a welcome step in the right direction. But then as now as always, Trump's greatest ally in the defense of his administration remains the media. In yet another bizarre Obama flourish, in the same way the fawn-and-ass fuckwits at MSNBC made the public smell a rat during the previous administration with their effusive fucking coverage of such, the 24-hour hate-a-thon the mainstream media have subjected the public to low these 24 fucking months have left us all reflexively inoculated to the increasingly contrived backlash. In short, the more you shriek, the more I find myself needing to defend an administration I admit disappointment in on many points. I hear people inquire all the time, why don't you bash Trump more, motherfucker? And the answer is, well, A, I fucking have. He wasn't even my first choice. And B, turn on the fucking telly. Chris Cuomo's like a reverse PR department at this point. I mean, of all the ass-backward arguments, there must be a Russian conspiracy because the building contract was thick. I could eat some Alphabet cereal and 7 hours later literally shit a better argument. Never mind banning them from the press corps. Fuck it, T-Money. Make that howdy-doody looking hack the press secretary. Whatever the particulars of the document in question, once it is released, I guarantee 15 minutes of flapping his phallus dispensary about the shape and consistency of Putin's pubes, your approval rating will look like a basketball score. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed. The spell is cast, no time to wait. It will not live.
Previously during the investigation.
Not knowing anything about it, but Friday is the day that the grand jury indictments come down. And also this Friday is better than next Friday because next Friday is the 15th of March, which is the Ides of March. And I don't think Robert Mueller will want to have that dramatic flair of the Ides of March when he is going to be delivering what I think are going to be his indictments. I do think also if anybody from the Trump family, an extended family, is going to be indicted, it would be in the final act of Mueller's investigation.
Right.